Hi everyone, this is going to be the reading for Scorpio for the month of December 2022. This can apply if you're a Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, as well as North Node. So be sure to check out the other signs in case this reading does not resonate with you. I do want to mention that this is a general reading, so not all the messages may resonate. So do take what resonates and leave out the rest. And I'm also taking bookings right now for personal readings. So, if you'd like to drop me a message to get a natal chart analysis done, a synastry chart reading, or relationship compatibility, or even tarot, you can drop me a message on Facebook or email. Both the links are in the description box below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, Scorpio, let's look at your energies. Right, okay. So, I'm going to show you the cards that I'm getting. The first one is the Knight of Wands. Don't know if you can see that. Knight of Wands. Second one is the Queen of Swords. Next one is the Moon. Next one is the High Priestess. Next is King of Pentacles in reverse. And your overarching energy is the Fool in reverse. Interesting month for you, Scorpio. So this is a very interesting blend of energies because I feel like it's calling upon impulsivity, it's calling upon assertiveness, at the same time high intuition. And you definitely have a very high level of intuition, Scorpio, just like a lot of the other water signs. So it's a very interesting blend which calls for both masculine and feminine energies to be integrated within your psyche. The reason I'm saying this is because, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Queen of Swords. This is Sagittarius energy and Libra energy, masculine energies. And then we have the Moon, which is the card of Pisces, water sign energy, intuitive energy. And then the High Priestess, which is also again another intuitive card. So it is about really knowing when to call upon your risk-taking nature. You generally, Scorpio, you don't like taking risks. You are a fixed water sign, and just like all the other fixed signs, you don't make impulsive decisions. You don't like taking risks. You like to know where things are headed. You like to know where you're headed and how things are going to pan out before you really make a move. And so let's just see how this goes. And like this Knight of Wands energy, right? This is Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius looks at challenges as adventures. It has a playful spirit, just like its counterpart Gemini. It has a playful spirit. It likes to look at challenges as adventures. So it likes to give a different spin to challenges. It's more fun, it's more playful. It's like, let's just explore and see how things pan out. So it's not a very risk averse sign. Actually, Sagittarius doesn't mind risks, or doesn't mind taking risks, because they believe that that's where the true learning happens, and everybody makes mistakes, and you basically learn from mistakes. If you never make mistakes, you never grow. Basically, what's the point if you're not going to learn and try new things, and make mistakes and have lessons, and improve your skills or whatever it is. Sagittarius looks at life in that way, basically. And maybe you're tapping into that energy in the month of December. Maybe you are being a little bit more open-minded and not being so risk averse to situations in general. And that's actually going to be really good for you, because you're not closing yourself off. Once you start becoming more open to opportunities and just being a little bit more flexible, because Sagittarius is mutable energy, and mutable signs are known to be very adaptive and flexible. And sometimes, Scorpio, you can you can struggle with that a little bit, because you are a fixed sign, and just like all the fixed signs, uh, change can be difficult. It's not that easy. But I think you are opening yourself up to that a little bit more in the month of December. You're not closing yourself up that much. You're willing to give things a chance, even if it's a little bit risky or maybe adventurous, and maybe something that you haven't tried before, or maybe you wouldn't try generally, but you're willing to give it a chance in the month of December. Now, the Queen of Swords is also coming up in this reading. Queen of Swords is this energy of being very assertive, knowing exactly what you want, not mincing your words. Like, so they tell it like it is. Queen of Swords is very it doesn't mince its words, it's going to tell the other person exactly what's up, and sometimes then that can be a good thing or a bad thing, depends on how you look at it, but it can be a little bit abrasive, and not everybody is going to take it the right way. But I feel like you are tapping into that energy. Maybe you are being very clear about what you want. And sometimes it's not even about communicating that verbally. Sometimes it's just about knowing within yourself what it is that you will accept and what you won't accept, and just having those standards and boundaries in place within your own mind. You don't necessarily have to express that to another person. It's just for yourself, a lot of the times. And so Queen of Swords can just represent that energy where you are drawing the line, that this is what you'll tolerate, this is what you won't, this is what you'll accept, this is what you won't. These are your deal breakers. Basically, you're setting the framework up in the month of December. You're very clear about it, and if push comes to shove, you are going to tell the person that something's not acceptable, or something that you won't tolerate it anymore. So while you may not openly express it, if you are being cornered or if you are being pushed to that level, then you definitely will let the person know, I feel. Now the moon card is showing up, and the fool in reverse is coming up right above it. The fool in reverse is basically your overarching energy for the month of December, and this kind of contradicts a little bit with the Knight of Wands that I mentioned, because Knight of Wands is this risk-taking energy. It's explorative energy, but the fool in reverse, like the fool in the upright position, is basically jumping off the cliff and not thinking about it. So sometimes it's about being taking risks that have not been thought through. So it's not a calculated risk. So that's something that you may want to stay away from. You may be feeling adventurous, you may be feeling a little bit more, let's explore and see how this goes, that kind of energy. But at the same time, I would caution against taking any kind of risk which you haven't really thought it through, because the moon card is coming up right below that, and the moon can represent deception, it can represent illusion. So if you are being presented with choices, and let's say those are choices that you wouldn't normally go for because it's kind of against your nature, or it's not very safe, or it's outside your comfort zone, you can, if it's harmless and if it's not really damaging in any way, definitely go for it. But if it's something that may cause potential damage, I would absolutely reconsider, and not just jump off the cliff like the fool card does. The fool is coming up as a reverse, so this may not be the time for a blank new canvas, but it definitely can be a time to make some tweaks in your life. Like, you can stretch the boundaries, but you don't need to start everything from scratch. Like, it doesn't have to be brand new in the month of December. And the high priestess is coming up. The high priestess is very intuitive energy, it's very divinely connected. They know what they want, but at the same time, they also know that the universe is on their side, and whatever they are trying to manifest, the universe is also trying to help them manifest the same thing. The high priestess is also a balance of yin and yang, light and dark energies. It's knowing when to lie still and let things come to you, and it's also about knowing when to take action. I think that is the crux of this reading. Like, the Knight of Wands is about taking risks, it's about adventure, it's about going after what you want, it's masculine energy. The moon and high priestess are like, it's feminine energy, it's about sitting back, letting things come to you. So I feel like December is going to be a very nice orchestra of energies, of these two energies, where you may be presented with a lot of opportunities, but it is up to you to decide which one you want to actually go after and take that risk, and which one you want to just let it come to you naturally, organically, where you don't actually go and make it happen, but you just wait for it to come to you organically. And I think that is something you may need to play by ear or by your instinct, and you may need to feel out the situation before you decide which approach to take for that. And Scorpio, you're good at that. Like, you are very intuitive, you know how to place your approaches depending on the situation, depending on what the situation calls for. You're very good at changing your strategy and acting accordingly. So I don't think it's going to be very difficult for you, but it's just about discerning which one requires action and which one just requires you to patiently sit back and watch and observe, because you know the high priestess is also this energy of observance. It's not about always doing something, it's also about sometimes just waiting and watching, and let's see how things unfold, you know. That's also the high priestess energy. Now the next card I'm getting is also the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Pentacles is an energy of something being presented to you, like some kind of a positive situation, maybe financially related, because this is Pentacles, you know. But it may have been something that wasn't really up to the mark, it wasn't really up to your standard, or something that um, may have felt good, but it wasn't really what you were looking for. So maybe you turned it down, you know. Or quite literally, if this was a romantic connection, it could have been Virgo in your life, because you know, Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. So maybe they're not a part of your life anymore, but this could have been a past relationship, you know. Let me look at one more card for Scorpio. Like, what does Scorpio need to know for the month of December? What is the one thing that Scorpio needs to keep in mind? We have the Four of Pentacles coming up as your main message or takeaway for December. And the Four of Pentacles is this energy of being guarded. It's about being fearful, especially related to money matters, because this is a Pentacles card. It may be about holding on to resources too tightly, holding on to money too tightly, being extra frugal, being afraid of spending. You know, there's a lot of fear associated with money, is what I'm sensing for you. And you don't have to be worried, because again, it's about letting things flow. Like, energy has to flow, money has to flow. Money comes, money goes out, money comes in, you know. You have to let it flow. If there is any kind of fear attached to it, then you're setting that frequency, and it's not very healthy, because you end up attracting things that are fear based, because whatever frequency we operate in, that's what we end up attracting. So I would stay away from that, Scorpio, if I were you. Just realize that, you know, you've got this, good things are coming your way, and there's nothing to be fearful about, right? So Scorpio, those are your overall energies for the month of December. If you like this reading, please do give it a thumbs up. Your likes really help my videos stay relevant in the YouTube algorithm and help other users find similar content. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, definitely drop me a message on Facebook or email, and I'll get back to you soon. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.